it's very difficult to tell the difference between when someone is in love with you, which is like, and when someone is not listening. But how am I supposed to decide who to go to bed with? And I do need to start being more selective. Like, currently, all of my lovers have exactly the same thing in common. They're all slightly more attractive than a night bus. That's not fussy enough, is it? The thing is, I'm not even very good at casual sex, right? I don't know if any of you are the same. Whenever I sleep with someone that I'm not in a relationship with, I get this really odd, it's kind of like a guilty feeling in my tummy. And it doesn't go away. Like, even I leave their house and go back to my boyfriend's.
You know what it's like in year 9? Like, just when a girl just touches you, just like you're just like a skin sack full of hormones, like just waiting to explode. I now understand why we got acne, because that's just cum trying to get out, right? Like, that's...
Yeah, my name's Ray. Spend a lot of time in my apartment. I love watching movies, right? I watched this movie recently, Sliding Doors, and ever since I've seen the film, now all I can think about is what my life might have been like if I hadn't seen the movie, you know?
The last federal election, right, I was in Sydney and I had to do an out-of-town vote, right? And I was very excited because I hadn't done one of these before. And if you haven't done one of these before, it's very simple, right? You go to a polling booth, you show them some ID, they verify who you are, they give you some voting papers, they put you in the booth, they're like, yay, democracy, there's a 50% chance you're going to draw a genital on this, right? Now, I've gone into the polling booth in Sydney. Also, I should point out that I love voting time in Australia, by the way. It's my favourite time to be in Australia because I feel like it divides people into two camps, right? Not politically, it's just people are either like, well, this is fucked, I pay my taxes, I've given up my Saturday, I didn't get a sausage, fuck off, right? Or people are like, well, this is important, our vote's important because this is going to affect how people on the world stage think about Australia. Because people out there on the world stage are thinking about Australia. And ladies and gentlemen, I love that one because I don't know if you've ever travelled overseas, but you know that no one on the world stage is thinking about Australia. But I've gone in to do this out-of-town vote and it was all going very well. I was very excited. I walked in, I put my ID down, the guy goes, oh, cool, you're from Melbourne. I was like, yeah, and then he checked my address, he verified who I was, and then he handed me the voting paper for the House of Representatives. But then he handed me the New South Wales Senate paper. And I said, oh, no, sorry, buddy. As we've just worked out, I live in Melbourne, which is in Victoria, so I need the Victorian Senate paper. And he went, oh, right. Then without moving, he kind of looked around. Then he goes, I don't think I've got one of those. And I was like, well, what do you want me to do? How am I going to vote? And ladies and gentlemen, like, I don't like to play it into stereotypes very often, but he said the most Australian thing I've ever heard in my life. But he just looked back at me and he just goes, fuck, maybe give the Senate a miss this year, mate.